Hello, my fellow effervescent Earthlings. I'm Mr. Church, and today we're going to be looking at the Alien Marketplace bundle and the Vintage Style bundle in the Atom Shop. Now, the Alien Marketplace bundle comes with the Fusion Emitter Generator, the Verdant Alien Stasis Chamber, the Alien Vending Machine, the Flatwoods Monster Wax Figure, and the Dark Alien Crate, as what these items must be, since that's what lines up with the pictures, of course. And we're also going to be looking at the Vintage Style bundle, which comes with the Screamin' Eagle Wood Skin, the Vintage Tackle Box Loot Box Bag, the Vintage Linen Coat, and the Camera Backpack. Outside of the bundle, you can get the vending machine, the generator, the wax figure, and the stasis chamber individually. The only item that's exclusive to this bundle is the crate, which is this box. First, let's take a look at the Fusion Emitter Generator. Fusion, that's what it's called. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's it's your stereotypical fusion generator. It costs the same exact materials as it does to craft any of the other fusion generators. Now, one thing that I want to show is it does connect wire on the top like that if you need to power something directly. But just like this, the utility box generator, this new generator gives residual power. So normally, to power something that requires residual power, you have to connect it to a conduit that's nearby the item that you want to power up. But in the case of this generator, you don't need a conduit. You just set it down next to it and it'll give it power, which is really nice. Something like this you can put in the center of your camp somewhere, and it'll power up almost every item in your camp without having to run wires anywhere. So it's a really helpful device to have. Now, I do want to show, it looks a little similar to this older alien power generator that we got like a year or so ago, but it obviously is quite different in a lot of ways. So that is the difference there if you want to see that. Now, I do want to mention that it is a little bit too tall to stick under one floor, so that's going to be an issue. Obviously, there's ways to get around that, but you're still going to have its, what can only be described as its nipple sticking up through the floor if you do that. It does give off this little bit of a glow at night, which is nice, of course. I don't know why, but there it is. That's something that it does. Now let's look at the Verdant Alien Stasis Chamber. Now, as you can see, this bed looks almost identical to the Alien Stasis Chamber bed, which we already had. There are some slight differences. This new one is a little bit darker of a metal, and it also has this light ring around the bottom. There are a few other differences. When you get inside the old one, it lights up this blue color. When you get inside the new one, it lights up this funky green color. Now, this is a bed, so when you sit in it after a short period of time, you will get the well-rested bonus, which will give you a little bit of XP for 2 hours or until you get downed or killed. One of the things that people use beds like this and other tall items you can interact with is as a tool to get under the map when you're building in your camp. So this is something I first saw Stole You Sweet Roll doing, and you put these rugs like this, and then you can sit this item here. You pick up the bottommost rug, and that is the item that you're going to be merging. You're going to take a pressure plate, pick it up and put it back down. That'll make the button press down, and then when you put something on it, the bottommost item will push up through the top, and you keep doing that, and eventually you'll have something that looks like this. And you can, of course, put this wherever you want, and then when you interact with it, it'll allow you to get underneath the map, which is sometimes helpful for placing things that are giving you a problem or getting an item that got stuck that you can't pick up. It does make building a lot easier. If you need any more tips and tricks for like general merging, I'm going to link a video that Nuka Violet made that goes over basically all the basics of merging. So that is the new bed, and it's pretty interesting. The next item we're going to look at is the Alien Vending Machine. Now, obviously, this is a vending machine, so you can only build 4 of them in your camp. And this is what it looks like not powered up. It's a pretty cool design, actually. But one thing that I noticed about it is you don't need to connect any wires to it. A lot of the vending machines, in order to get them to light up and stuff, you have to connect wires to them. But this one, you just need residual power. If I put this generator closer to it, it lights up and everything, and it's all good. Now, I do want to note, you can use vending machines when they're not powered up. You simply have to make sure your camp icon is visible on the map. But if you want to see all the lights and stuff, then you do need to power it up. And so this one you don't need a wire for, and I think that's pretty good. This is what it looks like at night. As you can see, the lights are pretty nice, pretty yummy, pretty demure. I'm gonna stop saying that now, actually. The next item that we're gonna look at is the Dark Alien Crate. This is the item that is exclusive to the bundle, and it is not a stash box. It's not a table. It's just a floor decor item. Yep, and that means it's gonna take about 25 years to find it, because they've never, ever thought it would be necessary or helpful to sort the building menu out. Instead, they just add infinite amounts of items to the floor decor menu, and we can't find anything we need. This is a stack of stuff. Obviously, it could look kind of like a industrial rubber duct or something like that. But there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with items when they make them very basic. I actually really like this item, and I think I'll probably use it quite a bit. Now the last item of the bundle is the Flatwoods Monster wax figure. I'm not a fan of wax figures because I'm not trying to make a fucking museum, actually, now that you mention it. Now this does play some weird sounds when you click on it, and also the eyes follow you around, which I do think is a nice feature. In the dark, it glows, which could be cool for something. Of course, we have the pink glow shit on the bottom, and of course the head glowing. I'm sure there's people that work with lighting and stuff that could make something cool out of this. I'm not going to bother because I don't have enough time. Do you see what's on my desk? All the items in this bundle, by the way, when you burn them, just turn yellow. There's no special destroyed textures or anything like that. That's it for the whatever bundle that was called. And now for the other bundle, which is the vintage something or other bundle. Obviously, the first item is this dress. Now, it felt kind of creepy to put this one on, because this is what Vapid Valentine always wears. I gotta be honest with you. If you are enjoying these Atom Shop review videos, it was Vapid Valentine who first gave me the idea to do them, and then gave me a ton of specific details of things that I should check out and try out when I make these videos, which make the videos what they are. Having her in my corner has made my channel, all of my channels, my Twitch included, what they are today. You're not a fan of me, you're a fan of us. And so I wanted to give a huge shout out to V. V has her own YouTube channel, and she makes a lot of really awesome builds. She also makes Sims stuff, and you guys should check her out. Give her a sub if you're not already. And she's a pretty cool dude. She's not a dude, she's a woman. I will now recede back into my video making persona. Yeah. The next item in this bundle is the vintage camera backpack. This backpack is, I think, my favorite backpack skin. It's from one of the scoreboards, and I think I use this one more than any other. This one you don't need to buy the bundle to get, so if you just want the backpack, it's 500 atoms. In my opinion, well worth it, but what do I know? I just eat cheese. The next item in the bundle is this vintage cooler, tackle box, drop loot stuff. I don't like fishing. Alright, you take a string, you put some fake fish on it, you put it in the water, you try to get some real fish out of it. You take the fish, you rip the hook out of its mouth, you throw it back in the water. Most of the time, though, you just grab a weed, you pull that out. Yay, let's get a sunburn and sit in a canoe with an abusive uncle. I think that would be fun. That's weirdly specific, I know, but that's just a hypothetical situation. I don't need you to be concerned about it. Now, the last item in this vintage whatever the hell bundle it's called, I'm a really good salesman, better than Bethesda at least, is this Screaming Eagle skin. This is what the handmade looks like without the skin on it. It's got some mods attached to it. And when I put the Screaming Eagle skin on it, it looks like this. I think this is a really cool skin, actually. And this is what it looks like with a scope, so that does change it a little bit. But something interesting about this skin specifically is the different lengths of barrels don't change. You can just keep modding it with whatever you want, and it's going to look exactly the same. The only thing that really changes on it is the scope or the sight or whatever. This is what it looks like in first person when you're shooting it. It's nighttime, so you can't see a damn thing, but that's fine. You can, like, basically get the gist of it. Speaking of wasting your money for underwhelming content, I do have a Patreon. If you're interested in supporting me and helping me to be able to waste my money so that you don't have to, that is an amazing way to do it. I do post exclusive content to there, and it's a really great time we all have there. We can sit around talking about cheese if you want. That's not really a big deal, but it's something that we do like to do. Once a month I do post these things called patch notes, which are basically just like my joy in life, but put into in a humorous way. I'm done talking about this, actually. But I do want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my Patreon members and channel members for your support. Again, I couldn't do this stuff without your support, so I really do appreciate it. Again, the link for the Patreon is in the description if you're interested in joining me in there. But there's no pressure, not that much. A little bit of pressure, actually. I'm kind of sweating. And if you guys aren't in the Discord already, maybe jump in the Discord as well, because that's a great community, apart from the fact that I'm also in the Discord. All right? But that's all there is for today. I hope that this is helpful to you and helps you make an informed decision. And I'll see you in the next video.